Yo, hello. It is week 4 of summer anime. So yeah, the season continues kind of like a cool week where we get more progressions. Nothing too crazy to write home about, but another enjoyable week. So yeah, more shonen action fights happening, more romance development, story progressions. We got it here. Also, Takopi finished up. So yeah, one of the best anime this season. So unique. So I'll also talk about it. I love the finale, love the whole show. So yeah, gonna talk about some popular shows this week. Some of them I've been enjoying. And yeah, let's get started. So yeah, with Takopi, we have episode 6. Yes, it is here. Finale. Wow, what a great show. So yeah, things were looking bad episode by episode. Like, this timeline was fucked from the beginning. And last week we saw Takopi's backstory as well, where he was like not really helping Shizuka. He was supposed to help Marina, but then this dumbass got his memory wiped. And now he wants to murder Shizuka, but then yeah, things go bad. Basically, Shizuka realizes that yeah, her dad abandoned her. She has nothing left. So she starts attacking Takopi with the rock, hits him in the head. He got his memories back. But that happens and he wakes up back into their town. We see Asuma as well. He's crying because it looks like he was taking the fall for killing Marina. So his whole family life is ruined. His mom, she can't work anymore. His brother might not get into a good school. So yeah, his whole family reputation is ruined. And then yeah, even though things are looking bad, he still acts all confident now because yeah, he was able to like kind of rectify things with his brother. It looks like Asuma also returned Takopi's camera to him, the one he killed Marina with. And then Takopi realizes he can use some of his life energy, I guess, to like fix the camera, do one more time leap. So yeah, he has the photo of Shizuka. And then yeah, he goes back in time again. So yeah, this was kind of like an overpowered plot device, the camera, but I'm all for it. So yeah, we need a happy timeline here. So yeah, he's gonna activate the camera, but then we see Shizuka showing up again. So she's kind of like broken now here. It was very painful. I loved it because she explains how everyone in her life just like leaves her. She has no one to like help her or support her. So basically Takopi is like, okay, I'm gonna leave you too because I have to go back in time. So she starts crying there again. Don't leave me, Takopi. But then yeah, he activates the camera. But then Shizuka and Marina still have like some type of slight memories of the past timeline. So yeah, it's not explained why they have it. Maybe it's just like, if you time loop so many times, there's like fragments of it that you can't forget. So yeah, Shizuka and Marina kind of like remember Takopi still. And then that memory of him kind of brings them both together. So when Marina kind of like kicks Shizuka, like knocks down her backpack and everything, we see that there's like a drawing of Takopi that kind of jogs their memory back, and then they start like kind of bonding over it. They're still kind of angry at each other, like still like making fun of each other, but then now they're getting closer. They realize that we're both in kind of rough spots. Let's just become friends. So yeah, Takopi did his job. Like he didn't need that happy friendship ribbon that caused Shizuka to hang herself. He just needed to go back in time a few times. So yeah, again, like a lot of it was a bit convenient in this finale, but I still love like the kind of buildup of everything and then how it linked back to learning Takopi's backstory. And now he used his final ability to kind of save them. I'm not fully sure. I think he did sacrifice himself to activate the camera again, or he just like went back to his planet, one or the other. But yeah, Shizuka and Marina are friends now. We see Azuma also. He's getting more self-confidence now. He realizes that like he is kind of cool. He has a PlayStation 4. He has like really high grades. So he doesn't really need to be like, the perfect dude comparing himself with his brother. He's his own person now. So everyone kind of like finds their own like kind of little pocket of happiness. They still have like really bad family circumstances. Shizuka's kind of like lonely at home. Marina's getting abused. She has the scar. But besides that, at least they're friends now. They're not attacking each other. And I think this is like what I wanted, as well as like the message where the parents are evil, but then the children, you don't have to put the blame on them. I love the time skip as well as seeing Shizuka and Marina just like in high school together. And Chappie the dog, he's also alive here, I'm pretty sure. Takopi kind of screwed a lot of things up, but at the end of the day we had a happy ending. So yeah, watch this anime, so good, recommend it to everyone. It is super emotional, definitely a unique story, and super high quality. Like the art style was super cute, the music was nice, and just like a really unique kind of unexpected show this season. Also really quick, I was watching Karohana, the Fragrant Flower Blooms with Dignity. So yeah, I started watching, it was super hyped. I think it's like a top manga. It is a bit tropey, so I was kind of like a bit disappointed because of the hype. That still doesn't really take anything away. It's a super cute show, really high quality. So yeah, I love these like kind of romance anime that kind of cure your soul. It's like two kind of like wholesome characters getting together and then kind of cute developments. But yeah, I had some issues with the first episode. I'm on 3 episodes right now. There's 5. But yeah, so far I like the overall story. It's kind of like a Romeo and Juliet story with like two people from rival schools kind of that like hate each other, but then then yeah, like the two people, they don't really care about that. They develop a relationship there, but they have to kind of keep it secret. But yeah, that's like the premise. I think in the first episode though, we see the main dude, his name is Rentaro, and then there's like the main girl Karuko. So yeah, Rentaro kind of like helps his parents run this cake shop, and he's kind of like this really tall guy with a scary face. Problem is his face isn't really scary at all. You don't got that Rudo smile from Gachiakuta. He's just kind of like a tall, good looking dude. But then Karuko really likes him. She's been like kind of watching him from a distance. And now she kind of like makes her move when they're like alone here. And then she like gets embarrassed and runs away. I think the problem happens here when she kind of leaves the cake store one night. And then she randomly gets like assaulted by like two dudes. Like they were literally about to punch her in the face if Rentaro didn't show up. And I feel like if he didn't show up, like if he was like a second late, that would have like traumatized her for life. So I hate how they kind of just like easily use that trope and had the guy save her. Like they could have done something else. They could have even not even had that at all. Just like they could have been closer without it. But basically, yeah, first episode was kind of tropey because yeah, main dude, he does not look scary at all. He looks really handsome. And then the second is like that assault scene was like it just didn't feel right. But besides that, you know, super wholesome romance. I love like the characters, super sweet. And then yeah, the fun part is that their schools are literally right next to each other. So yeah, we'll kind of see like what developments we'll have in the future. Super sweet show. I think it was a bit overhyped for me. So yeah, that's unfortunate, but it's not gonna ruin the experience. I just had to like mention that from the first episode. But besides that, the anime's continuing. It's like super high quality from Cloverworks. So yeah, we'll see what's gonna happen. Also after that, we have Dandadan. So yeah, we sealed Gigi, the evil eye, last week inside of the mannequin. The problem is they can't really exercise him. He's too powerful, and the fact that he's binding with Gigi's energy makes him even more powerful. So yeah, what do we do now? We can't really free Gigi. So yeah, I guess he's just trapped inside this dummy body for now. And then we go back to Momo's house and eat dinner. Iris shows up there as well. So yeah, you know, she's here. She was missing in this season in this fight. So she gets kind of mad because she is the leader, self-proclaimed leader. We see all the other characters are there as well. Like the alien dude, him and his son Chiquita, they're here, they're cute. And then the problem is like he can't really go back to their planet because the cow, it needs to like stay on Earth. And yeah, I guess they're gonna be reoccurring characters as well. Also, after everyone's like eating hot pot, we see that Gigi, he can actually turn back into himself from Evil Eye. So yeah, the transformation is hot or cold water. So it's like a Ranma 1/2 thing. If he has cold water, he turns into Evil Eye. And then if he gets hot water, he turns into Gigi. So yeah, maybe Gigi can live a life normally. Just don't touch any cold water, which is kind of difficult. Because if it rains, if you take a shower, like it's just over. They still don't free Gigi yet, but like his head is kind of visible now. And then yeah, he kind of like apologizes to his parents as well. We see the grandmother from like the family is also kind of like at large. So yeah, she's trying to get revenge on Momo. And after that, just like a lot of funny school moments are happening as well. So yeah, we see Momo's friend group with the Garus, they're there. We see Ira, she's kind of like hanging out with Momo's team because like she's kind of unpopular at school now because of that like kind of Loch Ness monster water incident. So basically at the end of this episode, Gigi gets freed from the dummy body because yeah, they realize, okay, just don't get cold water. We'll have like people on watch for him to guard him. And then Momo also like kind of schedules a sleepover so they can maybe like watch over and protect Gigi. So yeah, all of them are kind of like in the house again the next day. And then the problem is as they're like kind of frying stuff together for dinner, we see Okrun spill soy sauce on his hand. It's just one drop, but apparently that was enough to turn him back into Evil Eye. Like, a soy sauce isn't even cold water, so, like, it should be lukewarm at best. But basically, yeah, Gigi transformed to Evil Eye at the end of this episode. Kind of cool, funny cliffhanger as he, like, kind of breaks the house. And then I guess we gotta fight him. I guess we gotta deal with it. So Dandadan also has a thing where like each fight doesn't last that long. Like we kind of like fix things very quickly. So yeah, maybe we're gonna free Gigi for sure next week. So yeah, another crazy episode. We'll see what's gonna happen if we can resolve things here. Also, we have Gachiakuta episode 4. So yeah, kind of like another setup episode again, explaining things to Rudo. And then we also see the red-haired girl on the team kind of like using her powers as well. Her name is Rio. So yeah, Rudo kind of goes on a training mission with her at the end of the episode. And we see that she has like scissors. So yeah, her kind of like magic item is scissors that she uses with her feet. I think the characters, the world, the atmosphere, like that kind of makes the anime worth watching. But yeah, besides that, yeah, Rudo joins the cleaners. He's with Enshin, who kind of shows him around. Like, I love Enshin, bro. He's so confident and cool and seems like super powerful. But yeah, they join the cleaner headquarters. We see like there's this hot receptionist lady with like kind of short white hair. I like her. Yeah, there's also a lot of other cleaners here. There's like a couple hundred of them. And there's also like unpowered cleaners as well. But yeah, besides that, yeah, basically a lot of setups this episode. And then yeah, we see Rudo kind of like helping Rio on a job, like on the outside. There's like this giant garbage monster here that's kind of like invincible. It has like a vital instrument inside of it. So it looks like someone is using people's powers to make garbage monsters stronger. So yeah, Rio kind of like beats it because you have to just like defeat its core basically. And then also Rudo was super useless this episode. He can't really use his power properly. So I guess we're gonna like resolve that in the future. But basically just like another setup episode, nothing really to write home about, but you know, like cool animation, good music. You know, Rio has her own like kind of battle OST, which was nice. And there's there's like a world setup here as well where we see villains that are kind of like maybe targeting Ruto. We see all the cool cleaner designs, which are nice. So yeah, another decent episode. We'll see where things go as we kind of like continue on. We also have Call of the Night Season 2, Episode 5, decent episode. So yeah, we kind of get more explanations on Nazuna's backstory. Who is the person that like looked like Nazuna that turned Kabura into a vampire? So it was actually Nazuna's mom. So yeah, I mean, that was kind of obvious because they looked exactly the same, but everything else was kind of like unexplained. So we realized that Nazuna's mom actually like fell in love with like a human, and then she was able to get pregnant even as a vampire. So yeah, that was kind of funny. She stops drinking alcohol as well with Kabura. Kabura kind of feels like betrayed because even though she's like an offspring of Haru, it's like Haru's kind of like cheating on her with a dude. So basically Haru, Nazuna's mom, got pregnant, gave birth to Nazuna, which was weird because yeah, you know, it's like a half human, half vampire baby. And it looks like the baby got born as like a teenage girl or something. Like it got born as Nazuna's age. So Nazuna's mom kind of entrusts her to Kabura, just like watch over her, because yeah, it looks like Nazuna's mom is missing or dead. We don't know like what happened to her, to Haru, but yeah, basically Nazuna got born as a teenager. That probably explains why she doesn't like drinking blood that much. Also, it kind of makes Ko feel a bit better because she thought like Nazuna fell in love with someone. That's why she got turned into a vampire, but she's a virgin vampire, something that's unheard of. Like, Ko kind of like falls in love with her a bit more. He's kind of like happy that she's pure. It's a bit weird still, the vampire relationship, but yeah, at least we got the explanation, which was nice. So yeah, Kabura, she's kind of like a mother to Nazuna, so it's wholesome to see their memories here again. It also explains why Nazuna was kind of scared of Kabura because she was always staring at her, and now we know why, because you know, she was in love with Nazuna's mom, and then Nazuna looks exactly like her. She also warns Kabura that Anko is kind of looking for people's like human weaknesses, like Kabura's blood and all these pictures of her past, because yeah, that's gonna weaken her. So Kabura kind of destroys all the evidence, and then yeah, we see Anko kind of showing up here at the end of this episode. She comes to the hospital, kicks the door down, but yeah, all the evidence is like gone, so she was too late. But it's fun to see like Anko just like behind everyone's trails. It's like about to murder these vampires. So yeah, again, it's like pretty intense, but yeah, a lot of like funny, wholesome, romantic moments as well. So like, Call of the Night does continue. It looks like the story's gonna go on until like maybe Anko kind of escalates things very hard and then attacks someone. So also Ko is pretty annoying in his explanation about Anko because he's like, oh, she hates vampires for some reason. She thinks they're evil. Like, bro, you guys are monsters. Like literally. So he's still like being a bit naive on Anko's motivations. But I mean, I guess like in his point of view, Anko is like murdering his friends, so he's like kind of rebelling against her. Okay, so for Witch Watch episode 18, yeah, the anime continues, very funny. I'm still watching it, so yeah, this core too, it's nice. So yeah, some episodes might be hit and miss with the comedy, but yeah, this one I liked as well. So yeah, Kara's here. She's like the shrine maiden, part of Nico's friend group, and then Nico uses her magic to kind of like reanimate paper, and then it looks like Kara was able to like use her spiritual magic as well in the shrine to kind of give life. So she has like this magic paper familiar following her called Shiki, and now she has to take care of it. So it looks like she gave birth to like a familiar. It's kind of like a friend to her, just like follows her around. And then there was like an emotional moment that was also like very sudden, but also funny, where the paper Shiki kind of sacrifices itself in water to kind of like rescue Kara's paperclip. But Shiki's alive, and then yeah, he's waterproof. I guess he's also using his power to help Kara. So yeah, she gets a bit powerful here. Also, second half of the episode, we see like there's this marble arc where Kana and Nico kind of like try to start a fad about like selling marbles, but then their plan kind of backfires because they just lied to Keiko. And then Keigo like hyped up these like kind of limited time marbles that are like collectibles on his YouTube channel, and it spread like wildfire. So they've created a fake fad and they started like making an apology video. It was just like a funny kind of one-off story here, and kind of reused old stuff from the story where like, you know, the YouTube channel is back, and then Keigo and Morihito kind of like getting obsessed over like limited time things. Also after that, Nico kind of uses a spell to turn everyone into comic book characters because they kind of want to enter the world of like this manga that Morihito wrote when he was younger. There's like kind of paper people going around. They like kind of save this woman that was being like kidnapped in her own house for some reason. But besides that, you know, just like funny moments here. Witch Watch continues, very comfy comedy shows. So this core 2 is like keeping it fun. Also after that, we have Ruri Rocks episode 5. Damn, more progression every week. Ruri just like discovering like unique materials. Here she finds platinum after they were like kind of looking in the sand for agates. We learn a lot of like interesting information as well, where like, you know, certain rocks, they come from the Earth's mantle, like rare resources. So you have to wait for like kind of mountain ranges and stuff to kind of like lift up to expose the minerals, because the mantle is like really deep, so you can't really dig for it yourself. And also, yeah, before that, yeah, Ruri does discover the platinum, but she thinks it's silver. But then Nagi's like, nah, bro, that's iron. That's like worthless. So I start doing like a gravity experiment, just like having both of them sink underwater and see which one sinks faster to see how heavy it is. And then we see that it sinks the same speed as gold. So they kind of like narrow it down to platinum. It might be like mixed with other stuff, but yeah, that shit's insane, right? Like I know in Dr. Stone they were sifting for platinum, like that shit is important. I saw in the Reddit comments people are like, yeah, platinum is super valuable. So Ruri just like might have made it big in this anime, and it's only like her first week on the job, making a lot of cool discoveries, having her name written on actual educational papers. So yeah, all of that's like really cool. I'm kind of like exploring more mountain ranges. We see like there's this volcano that's like erupting in the background on the news, so maybe that'll also play a part. But they're going around looking for more rocks and minerals. Maybe they find more platinum, which is gonna be insane. But you know, very good slice of life show so far. You know, the one kind of lukewarm complaint I do have is that the fan service is kind of crazy. It's not really like actual fan service, but the character designs are just like, why do they gotta make the women so busty? And it's like bending down everywhere. They're like bringing the sexy women up to 100. I'm not fully against it because yeah, we are learning things. So even though the character designs are a bit distracting, it's still part of the show. Also after that, we have the summer Hikaru died. Kind of like a chill episode here as well, where more kind of like merging with Hikaru and Yoshiki. So yeah, you know, they said merging was bad, but then yeah, Hikaru, he wants people to touch him. So Yoshiki keeps putting his arm inside of him, but then we see Hikaru's trying to like absorb him, which might be bad because yeah, if he eats Yoshiki, then my man will be dead. Also, we see that as he's merging with Hikaru, like he's getting attracted to a lot of ghosts as well. There's actually other ghosts that are attacking him. We see like there's this hair ghost, like literally from The Grudge, in their bathroom that scares the little sister. So yeah, Hikaru kind of goes to fight off the bathroom ghost, and then it kind of like possesses Yoshiki actually. So kind of like an interesting ghost fight in this episode where, you know, Hikaru is evil. He's attracting a lot of things. It might be affecting Yoshiki himself. It'll probably snowball in the future, and then more kind of ghosts are just gonna keep like hurting him. And then Hikaru might actually like kill some people as well. So all that stuff's going on. You know, the horror continues. Good kind of small town vibes as well. Also for Kaiju number 8, episode 3. So yeah, you know, Kafka, he had to solve his erectile dysfunction to fight Kaiju number 9. We see Shinomiya there, so she's fighting him off. He kind of shoots Shinomiya in the side, but then she doesn't go down. She's kind of badass. She's like, nah, bitch, I got this giant axe. I'm gonna cut you. So he keeps cutting Kaiju number 9 in half, but he keeps regenning. So it looks like you have to kind of get his core. But besides that, you know, Kafka, he has to lock in. He has to turn into Kaiju number 8. So we'll see if he does it. But yeah, before that, we see Shinomiya backstory as well with her and her mom. Her mom was also badass. So yeah, she was also like the original owner of the axe. And then yeah, she died on a Kaiju mission. Shinomiya couldn't like keep her promise to her to like kind of join the army with her. So she kind of has a new goal that when she fights, she's not gonna let anyone else die. So yeah, she's gonna be the strongest. She's gonna save everybody. It's kind of like a fun, cute motivation for her. You know, nothing too deep, but you know, like the action is cool. So she keeps fighting Kaiju number 9, but like he kind of like splits up his body and stuff. So it's Kafka's turn to help her. So yeah, Kafka's like helping in like kind of normal soldier mode. So he's kind of like faster now still. Like he has his power suit. So he's kind of like shooting Kaiju number 9 with his gun and kind of like distracting and blocking him. So yeah, he kind of like breaks his leg after like deflecting one of his attacks on Shinomiya. And then he realizes, yeah, it's his time to transform. He does it, and it was really funny the way he did it because his transformation was basically self-deprecation. He's like, bro, you ain't strong enough to kill your friends. Like, why are you so arrogant? Just because you're Kaiju number 8, you're not gonna hurt people. Like, they're all stronger than you. They're all better than you. So he keeps putting himself down. He's like, yo, my Kaiju powers ain't shit. Let me just transform right now. Because he was afraid of hurting people. So yeah, basically, after putting himself down, he transforms into Kaiju number 8. Cool, badass transformation scene. He's here. This is the first time we see him this season. So yeah, well deserved. He's just flexing. He's super strong now. You're like super speed punching him. And then it was funny. Kaiju number 8 just like zooms in, takes the core of the ant he was on so easily. It was such a badass moment. So he crushes the ant core. Maybe he'll be Kaiju number 9. I think the problem is Kaiju number 9 is an annoying villain that they're gonna set up. So he's probably gonna escape. But besides that, you know, Kafka, cool badass transformation scene. We had to like kind of endure the kind of painful episodes of him not being able to transform. But besides that, you know, fun episode. We're back. More Kaiju fights. So it's nice to see Kafka back here again. Also after that, we have My Dress Up Darling season 2 episode 5. Marin transforms into her character, cosplays as the host girl with the suit. So yeah, I mean, it's not really a big deal, but it's like kind of like a nice white suit that they worked hard with. You know, like a lot of like cute moments in this episode. I love like the scene where like they were kind of puppets explaining like making dolls. So the anime is like super high quality, a lot of like cute techniques and like kind of scene changes. And besides that, yeah, relationship is developing. We're doing more cosplays, and then yeah, I guess we're ready for the school festival. Also, the final show I'll talk about, we have Secrets of the Silent Witch episode 5. I mean, I'm gonna keep talking about this anime. It's super cute. So, yeah, Monica, she's kind of like meeting new people. She kind of like takes down this earth dragon at the middle of the city. Also, after that, Monica has to like find a club to join. So Luis kind of like recommends the Magecraft class because that teaches you about like magic concepts. So yeah, she kind of like sits into a class, but then the problem is like the teacher of the Magecraft class was Monica's old teacher. It was kind of like this old guy who's losing his eyesight. So, yeah, Monica can't join or else he's gonna recognize her. And then they keep glazing Monica in this episode as like, oh, the Silent Witch was one of the strongest people of all time. She like reinvented magic concepts to remember and study her. Monica gets so embarrassed. So yeah, she doesn't take the Magecraft course. But then she realizes the chess club is there. Chess is really interesting. So she plays one-on-one with one of the student council guys. But then she was actually beating him pretty easily. But then he had like a no queen debuff. So he decided to kind of castle on her without telling her what a castle was. They kind of beat her, but he does feel bad about it. It was fun to see like Monica just like aura farm play chess. Also after that, there's like the horse riding club as well, where she kind of like saves some horses from like these bandits. But basically, I guess Monica's going to choose between chess and horse riding. Maybe both. Maybe she's going to play some Uma Musume in the future. We'll see. But cute episode with the school life continuing, and yeah, we meet more characters. Monica gets more confidence, and yeah, that's it for the shows this week. Thank you for watching. This is like a quick review this week, but yeah, I've been watching more stuff. Like Cleave with Us has been pretty good. Sakamoto Days is still pretty enjoyable, even though the animation is like a bit of a letdown. Summer Pockets continues. We finished one arc with Shiroko, so yeah, more kind of like supernatural women out here, and I guess Umi is like the final arc, so we'll see where things go from there. Arc Knights continues. Bunny Girl Senpai, the story goes on. We meet some more girls. Also, City, the animation. This anime is so nice. It's like there's nothing much to talk about, but yeah, just like fun kind of comedy show. Also, the detective show with Hana Kana is also like pretty fun. I like that one as well. So, thank you for watching this week. Let me know what anime you're enjoying, and I'll see you next week. Peace.